Oh, hi there. Name's Jack Breakfast Punch. Nice to meet you. I had no idea you were watching the show. Did you have questions? I'll answer some.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So I figured we'd do a little Q&A out in nature. We're on the Canon R5 II RF 28mm 2.8 with an ND. Even though I chose to still do some shutter action there, that's on me. Why do people use NDs? I don't really know, but is there any 3D pop? That's what I want to tell. I still don't know where I stand on this lens, and we'll get to you hobos. It's sharp, clinically. I don't know if there's pop, but this is your best option. Man, 28mm, it's a little tight for vlogging, but you can do it. It's lightweight, and then you get the slow-mo street videography. It's amazing. Potential in that lens. I hate it. Question regarding your R5 Mark II and that Ulanzi thermostatic semiconductor camera cooler. Have you tested them together to see what kind of actual gains you get from the cooler? Would love to know how it improves high frame rates. I have not, but I can tell you this. I started filming and I put that fan on. I saw the overheating warning. It was creeping up, maybe 2 bars. Put the fan on, 1 bar removed. So there's potential that that does everything you'd ever need. Side rant about this. Some jabron made a video. He was talking about me in it, and he was saying, like, Camera Conspiracies, he noticed the R5 II overheated. The R5C is so much better, and it never overheated. It just, I saw the warning for the first, it's like a 1 out of 10 bar system of overheating, and I saw the first bar, and I was like, oh, look at that. It'll never overheat. Maybe this will. Maybe it will. I hope it does. But it was the worst video I've ever seen. Like, there were so many lies in it, like just utter. He was like, R5 II has the 30-minute record limit. We don't. And I was like, no, it doesn't. He was like, you can't shoot raw light. Don't you wish you had the R5C? I'm like, I can shoot it. I can shoot raw light, S raw, all kinds of raw. We're in raw right now. So I was like, damn, do some research first. But that fan, don't know that it will ever be needed. It's more the battery life. I wish there was a fan right on the battery to suck it up some juice. I should have a V-mount or something in there. That's a bitch of a battery. It's the worst one I've ever seen in my life. What's our updated audio processing? And what mic are you mainly using at the moment? He's saying that because my audio is so good that he can't even believe it, most likely. I go back and forth a lot. I was using the Sennheiser shotgun for a while, and people were complaining about mouth sounds and the saliva, and it's annoying as hell. I don't know why. Like, I'll drink a smoothie, make a video, my mouth's all sticky with sugar. It's a bitch. You can pass if you want. No. She walked the other way. She has the iPhone earbuds. She can't hear anything in her mind or her sleep. So, audio. So right now I'm using the Zoom F2 lav mic directly up here. I use that at home. I just felt like it was easier. I was hoping it wouldn't pick up the saliva sounds as much. It kind of still picks them up pretty bad, but it's easier. I can move around, at least in my shot. I don't have to bring this stand with me. Look at that action scene, huh? When it comes to processing the audio, though, I'm such a noob. I don't know what I'm doing. I used to have a good system with Adobe Audition. Totally paid for that whole program every month. I remember paying some guy. And I would just press one button. It would do all the things I need. Then I would bring that into Premiere Pro that I also paid for, or DaVinci. And then I realized DaVinci has their Fairlight thing. I was like, maybe I can just do everything in DaVinci. I don't need to keep paying for Adobe. And so I did that, and it's not as good. It's not as good at all. And what I do is, like, I put a little compression thing that you'll see my specs and laugh at me right there. So a limiter, compression, little noise reduction. I often do the voice isolation because there's just always nightmares in my life. And so it's not great. And then I just raise everything. Even though it's past clipping point, I'm hoping the compression is what saves that from happening. So let me know if that's like the worst example you've ever seen of audio in DaVinci and what you would do different. But explain it good, you bunch of hobos. Don't just say, oh, do the RX14. And like, where is that feature? You need to, like, direct me. Go make a video about it, and then I'll consider making the changes. Likely not, ever. Is there focus breathing? That's a bitch about RF glass. I don't even know if there's focus breathing comp in this camera. There probably is. All right, last question here, and then we're gonna switch to the 600mm Tony 11. I'm gonna somehow pick a scene in nature, travel to it, and Canon might autofocus on me. I don't know if chasing a camera for the Tony 11 Telly is really the right foot forward. Boy, have you been wrong. I get that it's affordable in light, but Tony 11? Come on. That's gotta be on the cusp of diffraction. And quite an ISO gathering lens, no? No. For loser photographers, I could totally see it. You're up at your shutter 2000 to freeze the action of a bird. And you're like, oh my God, I have to raise my ISO. Video shooters, we're better than you. If I'm in 8K 60, my shutter can be 120 frames per minute. And it's perfect. HD 240, a little 250. I mean, 500. That's brighter than I was. That's a bit annoying. Pros expose with shutter though, so it's fine. You know, a lot of people make fun of that lens, Tony 11, as if it's like this budget model, but it's very sharp, it's very light. You could not get better. Obviously that Nikon Prime destroyed it right like a knife in the heart. And it was like, yeah, you're never gonna be that. Okay, I get it, but I'm so much lighter and the camera's better and I'm happy enough. It kind of reminds me of the whole micro four thirds argument. This is basically what he's doing. He's saying like, oh, your micro four thirds gear isn't good enough. It's small, it's lightweight, that's not professional. This is the same basic thing. That lens is like doing what micro four thirds equivalents are. So you telling me my 600mm Tony 11 lens is garbage and like, what are you doing? Get a real lens. That's like me saying, what do you shoot Panasonic? Oh my God, the 100 to 400, that's like Tony 13.6 on the long end. That's unusable. I've gotten plenty of glory with that. It's a Leica, come on. So it's like, what are you gonna use? That's light and fun. I love using it. I bring it out here. I just brought this to film me and I have that in there. I can't even feel it. It's in there. Can't even feel it. We're about to switch to it. And keep in mind, he insulted what you're about to see. The cinema, it's been insulted. So like, I love that lens. Where's the damn camera? Is that it? Oh, hello to you. Just had to travel to my next scene, if you don't mind. There are geese here. Hopefully they don't attack me. What was your question? Just curious if you're ever afraid of someone taking off with your gear. Well, I am now that I traveled 40 light years away. That guy's eyeing it. He's definitely eyeing it. Am I in the shot? I can't even see the camera. I can't even guarantee this is the path. It could have been that one over there. Uh-oh. It seems like there's a twig. Oh, God. I live in a smaller city, but I'm afraid to even walk a couple feet away from my camera. I'm often paranoid like that as well. I trust no one. I don't know why that is. I'm always paranoid someone's gonna take everything. I can have my bag right next to me and there's lens caps in there and I'm just like constantly looking over at it, like looking at everyone thinking they're gonna steal it. No one's likely going to steal it. That could be stolen. It's gonna take me a while to drive the scooter back over a bridge to even get it. People are probably looking at it. There's a couple walking by it right now. But yes, I'm paranoid all the time, and usually I feel myself not this far away, but pretty far away. I'm honestly not that worried. Like, I'm always looking for people like, oh my God. Oh my God. Are you getting any of that? Oh, the dog jumped in the lake. Oh, that is fantastic. Wow. That keeps you young at heart.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everyone should keep that in mind.
Yeah, we should.
You're physically old, like me, but you know what? You got to keep mentally young, and you got to be aware of the change, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, that was frightening. Sorry, Goose. There's a goose there, and your friend is back there. I'm in between you both. Don't attack me. I was just a witness to all that. So, yes, I am paranoid always. And I'm always thinking of it, and I don't know why that is. But we should be more trusting, man. Like, one day I do believe we'll get there to where it's just like, of course, this human's not going to take my things. Like, why would they? But I don't know what it is, but my high school days, I used to steal things. My cousin stole someone's bag once at Wonderland, and I was like, oh my God, and there was like money and credit cards in there. And imagine how ruined that person's day was because of us scoundrels. Okay, last question here. Why do you even want to use zebras when you have waveform? Turn on waveform on R5 II and forget about zebras or color false. Autofocus is not failing so far. That's what even I'm curious. So here's the deal. Waveforms are buried deep within a menu system that you have to dive into, much like those geese couples did when a dog's chasing them. It's bad news. It should be just on a button or like tapping something. It should be like a 2-3 tap system. Make it bigger, disappear. What would you tap on though once it disappears? I see why that's not a thing. But it's annoying, and I often don't trust them. These waveforms are a little better than Nikon's, at least. Nikon, you couldn't see anything. There's no numbers. You don't know what the clipping point is. You know what needs to happen? It should be very obvious. These spikes are coming up. Once it hits the top, there should be a red line that appears. Like, yep, you definitely hit it. Because sometimes it just, everything's going up towards the top, and it's like, yeah, that looks overexposed, but nothing's actually peeking past the thing. Hey, buddy, go ahead. There's grass. Grass for everyone. You know what I mean? You know it. Are you in the shot? That's cool. Yeah, shake it off. Shake it off. What was I saying? So the waveform, yeah, it's not obvious enough. Pros probably know what to look for, but it just seems so tiny to be judging your exposure. Whereas zebras, 85% clipping. Do it. Is he in the shot? He just, oh man, I'm probably too tight. Am I even in the shot? It could be, oh God. Zebras, 85%, if I see them, I know that clipped. So I try to get my whole scene, nothing's clipping, but somehow I ruin that as well. It looks very overexposed, and I don't think you have to overexpose Canon like that, but I'm just so used to get maximum brightness, nothing's clipping, and then bring it down. And that's easier to do in zebras when they work, if they ever do, which is rare. So Canon needs to make at least a custom button so I can turn waveforms on and off. Then I might get used to it, and then I'd be like, oh wow, this is way better. False colors also have to like turn off view assist, and there's way too many things happening now. I don't like the look of that. So we're done. That couple looked at my camera. Did they have any idea it was me 12 miles away? Do you agree with my advice? I would. That's where Bitcoin donations come in handy. Huh? All right, I'm out of here, Goose. Subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next. I'll be leaving now. Alrighty. We are leaving. You have a good day there. Some good grass. Grass-fed geese. Alrighty. Yes, I was in 4K RAW, by the way. Those are some big files. Did the battery even last? Did it overheat? These are all questions that I'm about to know the answers to as I see it. Flippy screen. Still recording. I don't see any of those geese. Oh man, that sucks.